now is reading from the Quran, the Holy Quran. So, as those before me have said, I declare my attention according to page 3 so that men understood if any mistakes are made, therefore I speak and not copy. In page 3 I quote, their reading, do not falsely use these lessons. They are for good, peace, and happiness. And all of it. Jesus. Huh?
No.
I like to read from chapter 47, verse 13 and 14. These laws are strictly preserved by the members of all the temples of the Lord Simon's temple, that they will learn to open their meeting and guide it according to the principles of love, truth, freedom, and justice. Every subordinate temple of the grand major temple is to form under the comfort of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and to create their own laws and customs in conjunction with the laws of the Holy Prophet and the Grand Temple. I, the Prophet, Noble Ali, was sent by the great God Allah to warn all Asiatics of America to repent from their sinful ways before the great awful shore of the Prophet. I want to talk to you today about the divine ministry. This is a very important subject because when you hear people talking about going different places to seek spirituality or spiritual growth, that lets us know that our divine ministry is not doing its job. So what we have to do now is take a hard look at ourselves. Look at the things we say we believe, and look at how we express and carry those things out to see if they meet up to what is needed in a divine ministry. Now I have several handouts for you. One is rather long. I'll mention that. Some time ago I sent out a proposed Moorish American ministerial study course curriculum. Okay, that is what I have here. Now, the original curriculum was designed for an 18-month ministerial study course. You know, and that's what we have at Temple 13. We go through this course. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to briefly read some of the things. I'm not going to go all the way out. As a matter of fact, this copy here is a modified copy, and it has, and I'll pass this out to you in a minute. It has 56 points. The original curriculum was double that size, okay? And it covers a lot of things. To give you an example, I'm just going to read this. The following is a modified version of Subordinate Temple 13's original proposed ministerial course curriculum. This version centers around 56 subject matters relative to the learning and growth of the divine ministry of the divine and national doctrines of Islamism. The below course study is designed to be ongoing and evolving, beginning from the point of recognition of interest through recommendation and into the ministry itself, to ensure a consistent, high standard of instructions, and that those instructions are in sync with our Holy Prophet and the Grand Bible. These subjects should be the responsibility of the person making the recommendation, that is the Grand Chief of the subordinate temple or the Grand Governor of the state. In other words, for a person to be a divine minister, they should either be recommended by the Grand Chief or the Grand Governor. And they shouldn't be recommended to be a divine minister if they have not been trained. So you're not going to make them a divine minister and then start training them. See, once you made a divine minister, and this is why we put our credentials on the wall. Once you made a divine minister, you are responsible for that duty. And I always say, when you come in Temple 13, all of our credentials are on the wall, all of our divine minister papers are on the wall. And I do that because each one of us have to live up to that standard. We have to maintain that standard, and we put that document on the wall so we call our hand at any time. Now, I'm going to start reading just some of the subject One, introduction to the Prophet Nobles rally with Moorish movement in America, 1886 to 1932. Two, Grand Sheikh's explanation of the nationality card. Now I'm gonna stop there. When it says Grand Sheikh's explanation of the nationality card, meaning that the Grand Sheikh is the one that is supposed to explain that card to you when you get that card. You're not just given a card and allowed to go on your own. That card should be explained to you. How it's used, what its purpose, you know, it's not used to go down there and try to get a driver's license. It's not really going to be used to open bank accounts up, all I've seen people do it. That's not what it's for. The card says that it is your nationality and identification card for the Moorish Science Temple of America. Okay, that must be explained by the Grand Sheikh. And every aspect of that card is explained. Someone said a long time ago to me, well, a member may not remember what the Grand Sheikh explained to them. See, not only does the Grand Sheikh explain it, throughout that individual's membership, those explanations are reinforced. Meaning they are continuously explained to you. Now, 3, basic temple procedures, customs, and practice. And this means when a person comes in the temple, they may not know where the bathroom is, the restroom is. They may not know. They may not know how to get up. In fact, they don't. You don't just get up and start walking around in the temple. You have to see. You must see that hand. You raise that hand, you get acknowledged, and then you teach people to move through the temple as such. Now we want you to move like that because when your hands down, hands in other places, you don't know what's on your mind. So we want your hands up. Now some will say, well, I can put my hand up and have something on my mind. And that is true. But that hand is up and one is down, there's also an opening. There's an exposure to the body, which security can quickly respond to. We want you to hold that hand. We want that whole side open. You understand? In case you're playing the game. 4, general character and principle of membership. Now, when you join the temple, there is a degree of responsibility that goes with the term membership. See, there is a responsibility there. There is a character there. Once you get that card, you're supposed to start changing the way you act. You don't just come in the temple and then, flop in the chair. No. No, there's a responsibility with membership. That is taught in the temple. We teach you how to. We teach you that you come in, we teach you how to greet one another. Don't come in the temple, call the sister, our sister, she is M. Brown Bay. You don't come in there and say, Mary. No, it's Sister Brown Bay. Sister M. Brown Bay. Not Mary, not hey girl, not hey woman. Brother, everything. Sure, I got a nickname. I was young, I had a nickname. I didn't like it. You understand? And you better not come in there saying that now. You come in the temple, you say, Brother Edward said. You don't have to call my title. One of the powerful titles that I got is brother. I'm your brother. Brother R. Edward said. So all the other titles will throw away. They didn't lose. Not that. 5, the citation of the Moorish American prayer. And what that means is you explain, not only, you ask a person not only to learn to recite it, but you explain to them what type of prayer it is, because it's not a prayer asking for anything. It's a prayer making a statement called declarative prayer. It's acknowledging something, it's not asking for something. We have other prayers that do. These things have to be explained. But some people think we only have one prayer. 6, explanation and recitation of the Quran questionnaire. Everyone at 13 is required to learn that Quran questionnaire. Islam. I don't want to hear that what you can't learn. See, that's the position that I take. I'm not saying that's the position to take in the national. That is the position I take because, well, my job, as far as I understand, is trying to build a strong temple that will represent and protect the prophet. And one of our laws clearly say that we are to preserve these holy and divine laws. And to preserve them, you must know. You must know. So we make sure you know them from the beginning. 7, examination and recitation of the divine constitution and bylaws and additional laws. This is important. The Grand Sheik explained the word possible to you. You look in some of the old divine constitutions, you'll see the word more frequently. Some more years ago thought that the prophet made a mistake when he used the word possible. But when you examine the word, it means that you are an integrated part, an integral, part of whatever it is. Meaning that that thing could not exist without you. So when you apply that, then you go check the definition out yourself. And the word is spelled P-A-R-C-L. Is that correct? Just check it out. 8, an examination of the nationality card. That's explanation of study. You know, there's certain parts on the card that sometimes seem confusing to some. The God of our Father. That has to be explained. Because if it isn't explained, then there's going to be some issue. It's your responsibility. You recommend somebody to minister that you explain that. Well, examination of the Moorish literature and humanities pamphlet. Now, what that is referring to is those articles that were taken out of the Moorish Guide after the prophet passed and put in the Moorish literature. Most people see the Moorish literature pamphlet and have attributed that pamphlet to Brother or Colonel C. Kirkman Bay. But the truth of the matter is that was put together by those under John Gibbons and have been accepted by most of us. You know, but it came out of the Moorish Guide. So we read those articles, we examine those articles to understand what they're saying, like the Moorish leads historical message to America. See, we want to understand it. We want to understand, you know, the free national constitution that the prophet taught. That one name that the prophet's talking about, that has to be explained. See, and I'm saying it has to be explained because I've been around the country. I've listened to you explain it, and when I go somewhere and see 6 more, and I get 6 different explanations, then I know we got a problem.
No.
We're supposed to sound alike.
No.
Okay. 10. The divine prophethood. Rasul, Nabi, or Asherah. Now some say, what does that last word mean? That last word means good news. To us it means everlasting life. Prophet Muhammad said that the door to Rasulullah was closed. That don't mean it's the last prophet. You know, and if you got a problem with that, last prophet, then you should be late. I explained that. But I said the door to Rasulullah was closed. And what was left was Mubashara, good visions or good news, which we call the everlasting gospel. You know, that allows the Nabiullah, like our prophet. Because our prophet didn't bring a new religion. He brought the religion of the previous prophet. That makes him a Nabiullah.
Everlasting God.
Okay? Because Islam was perfected during Prophet Muhammad's time. Islam only needs to be explained in practice now.
Islam.
See, and because it has been explained in practice, when soon he opens his mouth, you start doubting your Muslim. So what I'm saying is, that has to be explained. So you won't have those doubts. That's why some of the things that many people are confronted with, we're not. We'll study it before it comes to us. Let's move down. 11. Examine and study of the oral statements of Prophet Noble Drew. Now, a lot of times we have problems studying different doctrines because we said, well, this group over here wrote it or that. In this case, the oral statements written, put together by Brother R. Lovell. And a lot of times we say, well, that was put together by Brother Lovell, so, you know, I'm not going to pay them no mind. Let me clear this up. Our brother, our Supreme Grand Historian, Brother D. Eddington Hill, was the brother given the assignment to go out and gather these up. He just brought it to the leader at that time, who do like some leaders do. Put their name on it. You understand? Now what we do is this. If our Supreme Grand Sheik gives us something, we want to pass it out, it's going to say that our Supreme Grand Sheik. I'm not going to take the credit for his work. I'm going to honor his work by letting you know where it comes from. And
Islam.
honor him by following that instruction.
Islam.
Brother, stand up.
Islam.
Islam.
Right there.
Okay? For decades, I mean going back to the 1980s,
Islam.
I was thinking, I love you, one amongst the people that put the whole statement together. That's what I want to put the whole statement together.
Islam. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Brother David and Neil.
Praise the Lord.
That's right.
And we should make a copy of the whole statement and we should put his name on it.
Yes, sir.
Islam.
I don't like people that take credit for somebody else's work.
Islam.
You have to give credit where credit is due.
Islam.
When we give our honor, we also say, we give honor to the one for honor is due.
That's right.
And that's the one that's due the honor.
Islam. Islam. Islam.
We sit down there.
Islam.
And he's out to bring down the stone.
Yes, he is.
Highly qualified.
Highly qualified, and I'll say this here. He is my friend for decades.
Yes.
I don't want to say how old we are.
Yes.
Then tell me.
I'm going to say this here. The Supreme Grand Sheik always say that he is the oldest in here. Well, after him, then you can look at it.
Just for clarity's sake. Yeah.
Okay. Now, 12 says general nationality laws and concepts. And the reason why you study general nationality laws is because you say we have a nationality, right? And we have to understand what that means. Now, I'm going to just talk about that for a minute. They have a thing called nationality and ideal and nationality and fact. Nationality and ideal is simply to state, I'm a Moorish American, etc., etc. But nationality in fact means that there must be some tangible evidence. Now, I'm going to show you how the prophet demonstrated that. During the first annual convention, he had the parade. In that parade, he demonstrated the God of our forefathers. The prophet is reported to say that our nationality began with that parade. See, what he meant is that the nationality in fact began with that parade. We can use that same concept in the world. The so-called Jew. They made a claim based on biblical scripture. Although that land wasn't there. They said, according to that scripture, that land was there. That's nationality and ideal. But then they went on to fight to take that land and build on it, and now it's a nationality in fact. And some of us mistakenly call those European, particularly German, of descent Jews. Okay? Now I'm not going to talk too much about that. As a little joke line, I remember Arsenio Hall doing something that they didn't like and then it wasn't on TV no more.
Islam. It's right. That's what happened.
Okay? Number 13, examination of the principles of divine decree. Okay? Let's examine. You examine, you ask the question, what is our divine decree? And when you get the answer, now you have to examine it, see how it all plays out. Okay? Examination of the corporate, trademark, and copyright files on the name Moorish Science Temple of America. This part is only due to the fact you have so many people claiming to be us, claiming they have copyright, claiming they have trademark. So we have to understand and know trademark law. If you get a book that is copyright, look how it is placed in the book. But I've seen books that says copyright and trademark, and I am to assume that that book is protected. But according to copyright law, it's not.
Islam.
And understanding that some things like our Quran, after a certain point, I think common law expired in 1959. Okay? Now, some would say, why do we put copyright protection on the Quran? It's always been my belief, this is my personal belief, that the prophets wanted these lessons to be out. That has always been my belief, but sometimes we throw ourselves copyrighted stuff. You know, we only want some people to see it. You know, I've been to September, we got all kinds of book in copyright, you know, put proper name on it, it's up under here. But it's supposed to be for the salvation of the people. So we want to understand those laws. Examination of the third generation and the Moorish American diaspora in America, 1974 to the present. The word diaspora means to scatter. See, because the Moorish Science Temple of America has been scattered and divided. You want to study that because you want to understand in correlation to the third generation. Now, that term generations here is measured in cycles of 30 years. Generation, and this generation cycle began in 1913. The first generation ran from 1913 to 1943. Okay? From 1943 to 1973? Huh? From 1973 to 2003. That's the beginning of the third generation. Now, look at 2003 to now in comparison before. It was around 2003 that the Moors began to examine things they never examined before. Their eyes began to open up. We're moving towards the fourth generation. Now, I just want to say this about that generation. That's the physical part of it. But there is a mental part of those three generations. See, though I live today, if I'm not careful, my mind could be in a first generation mindset. That's what I was talking about yesterday when you go in the temple to see stuff cut out of cardboard and put on the wall. We're in the first generation mindset. But I'm not from the first generation mindset. Or the second generation mindset. My eyes are open about it. That's why I'm a part of that third generation. Now, let me go a little further. Moorish American obligation and burial services, explanation, procedures, and conclusion. And what I mean is when you go around the country and Moors perform the obligation ceremony, there's only two consistencies throughout. The prophet tells you what two chapters to read. Almost any temple you go in, Moors perform the ceremony, those two chapters are read. Everything else is different. There's no standard format. So what I'm saying, as a grand body, we should establish a standard format on how we're going to do our obligation ceremony. The same way with the burial ceremony, and give you an example. Most temples still open their meeting the same way they open a regular meeting. Some of you read the law, some acknowledge the law, and then say we'll have an obligation ceremony or burial. There must be a standard. I had a situation where a sister came to me and her mother had already been cremated and she came with the urn, right? She came and she said, my mother's in here and she was in the temple a long time ago. And I wanted to know if you could perform the ceremony. So for a minute I was stuck. I was thinking. I said, now I know how to deal with the body. But I didn't have nothing, no one had given me anything to deal with this, okay? But I had to perform it because the next statement was, she said, when I looked through my mother's photo album, there was a picture of you in it. Now I'm obligated. So we had to do it, and we placed the urn down, it had to set up front. The sister had her mother's medallion, which we put around the urn, and we went on and performed the ceremony. But what I'm saying is, there was no standard procedure. And I think we should move toward standardizing some things. Okay? The next one is history of the Holy Quran. That's the one with the key. The selected chapter references relevant to the Moorish divine and natural doctrine. And I'm going to quote one, the most relevant one right now that keeps us home. In the Holy Quran of Mecca, it says that when a prophet comes, it is that prophet that establishes the customs and practices of that people. Now I keep repeating that because our prophet brought us certain customs and practices that we should be doing, like our prayer. See, if we understand that, then we won't be trying to do what somebody else's way.
That's it, Mo.
We will honor our prophet because the prophet said we have it as a revealed word of God. When we talked about it.
That's it.
So if it's the revealed word of God of law, and that word says when the prophet comes, he establishes all that for that nation of people, then let us follow our prophet and the things he established. Let's stop going it off. Let's go to another. And I know I get a little, when it gets to that subject, right? But every time somebody tell me they've been somewhere else, it kind of makes me like that because I'm saying, why can't you explain this? What is the problem? I don't have no problem. I just sit down, and I just sit down with the imam. I sit down with the imam who tried to tell me no, he wasn't no prophet. But when I got up, he had a different understanding. He had a different understanding. And to show you what I mean, after explaining that to him, I explained this to him. Because I'm in the Moorish Science Temple of America, doesn't mean I can't perform your whole degree. Believe on if I wanted to. The prophet told me I was something else. He called us and divine ministers. Now, when we go down a little further, examination and study, listen to this, of the secret teachings of Far East by Colonel C. Kirkland May. He said, why would you put that in there, brother? We put that in there because people pass that stuff around as being more than it is. They do. It says adaptive. All those the most powerful adapt lesson you got came in the form of the Holy Quran.
That's right.
More science temple.
That's what it is.
All those other books, red book, white book, the other one, Angel Unaware. Those were books that were put together by the leaders of those respective organizations under the auspices of being the art, the word art. Master Adapt. Yeah, Master Adapt. I started going somewhere else, I had to look around. Master Adapt. See, and it's because they figured that they figured they had to write a book and put it in the chair.
Yes, sir.
But the prophet gave it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Let's
sir.
remember that?
Yes, sir. Right, Mo.
Yeah. Examination of relationship between the Moorish Science Temple of America and the Moorish Divine National. See, to understand the relationship. There was an article in one of the in the Moorish Guide. And maybe when I sit down, I can pull it out where the prophet makes a distinction between the two. Explain what one for and what's the other for. After I sit down, I'll pull it out. Matter of fact, you know, it's in this book here. You know, see, you know, you may want to look at it. I have plenty of them over here. Voila. But I'm going to read it for you. I see the Supreme Man C. Dope. The name of this book is the Moorish American Handbook and Basic Study Guide. This book is based on the study program that is done at Temple 13. Now, you want to know the outcome of this, you only have to look at the members of Temple 13. See, because you got to have some statistics to show what you're doing has a success rate. And I'm proud of every one of you more. When the Grand Chief and the Assistant Grand Governor was up there talking, I was like a tick in that corner, swore with blood. I could bust in that corner. I was so I'm so proud of these Moors. I tell you. And I love them dearly. That's why I made that trip with our Grand Chief was talking about last night, because more, I didn't want to go either. But I love my brother. I love my brother, and I was not going to let him go by himself. I understand where we went at. We went on Horn Street. Okay? We got there, they gave us the whole back bench to ourselves. Whatever that means, I don't know. We had the whole back bench, and of course, somebody kept coming around videoing us. You understand? But praise be to Allah. Islam. See, we move in love. We understand that unity must come about. And sometime, at some point, you got to throw them old hatreds away.
That's it, Mo.
So we're going to step up in there. You're going to love us or throw us out. They didn't throw us out. So that means that they may have a chance to do on that love. So now, if we go down a little further, examination and study. This was a book. Examination and study of the colonial origins of the American Constitution by Donald Zuzes. This book is one of the better books on the constitutional structure of government here in America. You know, you get a chance to pull it up. Examination of temple setup, decorum, and auxiliary. I'll start with the auxiliary. In the Moorish Science Temple of America during the time of Prophet Noah's Valley, at least 3 auxiliaries were created. The Sisters Auxiliary, the Young People's Moorish National League, correct. And the Moorish Business League that was ran over in Detroit, you know, and they had businesses attached to it. These are auxiliaries of the Moorish Science Temple of America and were designed to support the Moorish Science Temple of America. In the Moorish Guide, there's a beautiful article about the Sisters Auxiliary during the Elks Convention of that year. They worked in there, they served the food in there, they did everything in there, and they had, you know, high review. Yes. See, our sister back there, she represented our Sisters Auxiliary. You know? Now, and we gotta create one nationally. So I'm gonna just say this here. I'm gonna say right on to the end of what my grandson said. Each year I've come up here, I've seen a room full of men. We have brought our sister each time. Now I'm going to tell you this. We don't want you to continue to insult our sister by having her sitting here without any sister.
My wife will be here tomorrow night. My wife and my son.
Now I'm going to show you. Last year some Moors told me they were going to bring their wives and I don't see it. But we got to bring our women up in here.
That's it, Mo.
Oh, it ain't going to look right.
You better believe that.
It's going to look like either we're in prison or we're wearing our feds the wrong way. So I'm going to just leave that alone. We're going to get our sisters up in there. They talk about temple setup and decorum. A lot of times people just throw a temple together, right? Sit anywhere in there. But in truth, each officer is supposed to sit in a certain place in the temple. You know, as time goes on, and with the permission of the Supreme Grand Chief, we'll go into that. See, because some lessons, some information that I have researched and studied and dug up, that I know to be so based upon research, I am still not going to step before the leader. I am going to show the leader what I have for his opinion, his suggestions, and his guidance. See, that's how we got to do it. So I'm going to be talking to the Supreme Grand Chief about a number of things and seeking his guidance on those suggestions that I made. I'm not just going to institute it, that's what I'm saying. Okay? Now, it goes down. Examination and study of the Moorish fairs, turban, Moorish robe, sash, sheep bags, and delicate bags. You know, that's what we wear around. Why are we wearing that sash? And the Supreme Grand Chief, he gave us a powerful blessing to the Notion Moorish Science Temple of America on that sash. And he was explaining that to us. I'm just going to say that. You know, but all of these things should be explained. And like our Major, Brother K. Cunningham Hill, when he received his white medallion, he said to me, he said, "Mo," I said, "Where your medallion at?" He said, "I didn't put it on yet because it hadn't been explained to me."
That's it.
Now, it don't mean that he don't know what them symbols on there mean. He's saying that the blue one was explained to him because that's what he was wearing at the time.